My beloved child, there is a message that has been hidden for far longer than you realize. Today, something unusual is coming to the surface. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you are about to hear is not what you expected. In fact, if someone had told you this even a short time ago, you may have found it impossible to believe. Yet here you are. And there is a reason for that. A reason bigger than coincidence. A reason bigger than timing. Because a voice connected to your soulmate's past has begun to speak. Not loudly. Not publicly. But quietly. And what is being said carries a meaning that could change the way you see everything. Take a deep breath and listen carefully. The story unfolding around you is not ordinary. Many people only see the surface of a connection. They see smiles. They see conversations. They see moments. But they do not see the hidden chapters. They do not see the lessons. They do not see the people who came before. And one of those people is suddenly looking back at what happened. What makes this so surprising is that this person was never expected to say anything at all. For a long time, silence seemed permanent. Distance seemed final. The chapter seemed closed. But now, something has changed. And the change is creating a ripple that nobody saw coming. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate has been carrying memories they rarely talk about. Not because they wanted to hide them, but because some experiences are difficult to explain. Some journeys take time to understand. Some lessons only make sense after everything is over. And now, someone connected to those lessons is beginning to see things differently. They are looking back. Looking carefully. Looking honestly. For the first time in a long time. And what they are realizing is unexpected. Very unexpected. Because sometimes people only understand the value of something after it is no longer theirs to hold. Sometimes clarity arrives late. Sometimes truth arrives quietly. And sometimes the person who once misunderstood everything becomes the person who finally understands it. Think about that for a moment. How many times has life surprised you? How many times did something impossible suddenly become possible? How many times did a hidden truth reveal itself when you least expected it? That is why today matters. Not because of drama. Not because of conflict. But because of realization. A realization that has been building for a long time. What makes this moment even more powerful is that your soulmate may not fully know what is happening behind the scenes. They can feel a shift. They can sense a change. But they may not yet understand why. The pieces are moving. The puzzle is forming. And the picture is becoming clearer. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There was a time when certain assumptions were made. People believed they understood the situation. People believed they understood your soulmate. People believed they knew how the story would end. But life has a way of rewriting expectations. Life has a way of revealing details that nobody noticed before. And now, those forgotten details are becoming impossible to ignore. The surprising part is not that someone is speaking. The surprising part is what they are saying. Because instead of repeating old opinions, instead of holding on to old views, instead of looking backward, they are beginning to acknowledge something new. Something real. Something that has been visible all along. The more they reflect, the more they recognize what was once overlooked. And that recognition is becoming stronger every day. There is a feeling growing. A feeling that certain things were misunderstood. A feeling that certain moments deserved more appreciation. A feeling that some connections carry a depth that cannot be explained with simple words. This realization did not happen overnight. It took time. It took reflection. It took distance. And now it has arrived. The atmosphere around this situation is changing. You may have noticed signs already. Small signs. Subtle signs. Little moments that seemed insignificant at first. But they were not insignificant. They were clues. Pieces of a larger picture. Pieces leading to this exact moment. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what comes next is even more surprising. The voice from the past is not speaking from regret alone. It is speaking from understanding. And understanding changes everything. When understanding enters a situation, confusion begins to disappear. When understanding arrives, hidden truths begin to shine. When understanding grows, people start seeing what they missed. And that is exactly what is happening now. A new perspective is emerging. A perspective nobody expected. A perspective that could influence everything moving forward. The question is, what happens when someone finally sees the truth after years of seeing only part of it? What happens when someone finally recognizes the value of a connection they once failed to understand? And most importantly, what happens when that realization becomes impossible to keep inside? The answer is closer than you think. And in the next part, the unexpected words begin to emerge. Words that carry emotion. Words that carry meaning. Words that nobody thought would ever be spoken. Stay close. Do not skip. Because the next chapter reveals why this message is appearing now, and why the timing may be far more important than anyone realizes. A quiet revelation is beginning to unfold. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The moment has arrived to hear what nobody expected to hear. The voice from your soulmate's past is no longer silent. And what is being revealed is not criticism. It is not blame. It is not bitterness. It is something far more surprising. It is recognition. For a long time, this person believed they understood your soulmate completely. They thought they knew their heart. They thought they knew their dreams. They thought they knew their future. But now, after time has passed and perspective has grown, they are beginning to admit something they never thought they would admit. They did not fully understand who your soulmate truly was. That realization has been growing quietly. Day by day. Thought by thought. Memory by memory. And now it has become impossible to ignore. Imagine someone looking back over countless moments. Moments they once overlooked. Moments they once dismissed. Moments that seemed ordinary. Only to suddenly realize those moments were never ordinary at all. That is exactly where this story begins to change. The unexpected message starts with a simple truth. A truth that carries enormous weight. A truth that nobody saw coming. The truth is this. Your soulmate was always becoming the person they were meant to be. Even when nobody understood the journey. Even when others doubted the process. Even when circumstances seemed confusing. The growth never stopped. The transformation never stopped. And now someone from the past can finally see it. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The more they reflect, the more amazed they become. Because they are starting to notice qualities they once took for granted. Strength. Patience. Kindness. Loyalty. Determination. The qualities that quietly shaped your soulmate into who they are today. What shocks them most is realizing those qualities were there all along. Nothing was suddenly created. Nothing appeared overnight. The signs existed from the very beginning. But sometimes people only recognize treasure after they have walked away from it. And that realization is creating a powerful emotional shift. There is another surprising detail. Listen carefully. Because this may be one of the most important parts of this entire message. The person from the past is beginning to understand that certain connections cannot be measured by appearances. They cannot be measured by timing. They cannot be measured by opinions. Some connections carry a deeper purpose. A deeper meaning. A deeper lesson. And as they look at your soulmate's journey today, they can see evidence of that deeper meaning everywhere. What once seemed uncertain now appears obvious. What once seemed confusing now appears clear. What once seemed impossible now feels undeniable. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most unexpected words have not been spoken yet. Because another realization is beginning to surface. A realization that arrived unexpectedly. A realization that arrived quietly. A realization that changed everything. This person has begun asking themselves a question. A question they never thought they would ask. What if I never fully saw their true value? That question echoes louder every day. And every memory seems to bring the same answer. Every reflection seems to point in the same direction. Every moment of honesty leads to the same conclusion. There was more greatness there than they realized. More depth than they understood. More potential than they recognized. And now they cannot stop thinking about it. That is why this message feels so unusual. Because nobody expected this kind of honesty. Nobody expected this level of clarity. Nobody expected these thoughts to emerge. Yet here they are. And the story is only beginning. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what happens next is even more remarkable. The voice from the past is preparing to reveal something deeply personal. Something that remained hidden. Something that remained unspoken. Something that remained locked away for far too long. And when those words finally emerge, they will shine a completely different light on everything that came before. The pieces are moving. The picture is becoming clearer. The truth is stepping forward. And the next chapter reveals the statement that nobody expected to hear. A statement powerful enough to change the entire direction of this story. Stay close. The biggest revelation is still ahead. An unexpected truth is finally stepping into the light. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The moment everyone thought would never arrive is now unfolding. The words that remained hidden for so long are finally beginning to surface. And what makes them so powerful is not how loud they are. It is how honest they are. The voice from your soulmate's past has reached a realization that cannot be ignored any longer. For years, they carried their own version of the story. Their own interpretation. Their own understanding. But now, after countless moments of reflection, that understanding has changed completely. And the first thing they are beginning to admit is astonishing. They are realizing that your soulmate never stopped growing. Never stopped learning. Never stopped becoming stronger. Even during moments when nobody noticed. Even during seasons when progress seemed invisible. Growth was happening. Quietly. Steadily. Powerfully. And now that growth is impossible to overlook. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The more they observe from a distance, the more they recognize something remarkable. Your soulmate did not allow challenges to define them. They allowed lessons to shape them. That difference changes everything. Because while some people become trapped by their circumstances, your soulmate continued moving forward. One step at a time. One lesson at a time. One victory at a time. And now the results are becoming visible. The person from the past can see it. Others can see it. Even people who once doubted it are beginning to see it. And that realization is creating a powerful shift. A shift nobody predicted. A shift nobody prepared for. A shift that is changing perspectives everywhere. But wait. Because the next realization is even more surprising. This person has started comparing who your soulmate was then to who your soulmate is now. And what they see leaves them speechless. The confidence is different. The wisdom is different. The energy is different. The outlook is different. There is a quiet strength that stands out. A quiet certainty. A quiet purpose. And it is impossible to ignore. The realization keeps growing stronger. Maybe they underestimated what your soulmate would become. Maybe they failed to recognize the greatness that was developing beneath the surface. Maybe they never fully understood the journey that was unfolding. And now those thoughts return again and again. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the most surprising part of this story is not what they lost. It is what they learned. They learned that some people leave a lasting impression. Not because they try to. Not because they demand attention. But because their character speaks louder than words. Your soulmate became one of those people. The kind of person whose impact remains long after conversations end. The kind of person whose influence remains long after moments pass. The kind of person people continue thinking about long after they expected to move on. That is the realization becoming impossible to ignore. And now something extraordinary is happening. The person from the past is no longer focused on old memories. Instead, they are focused on what those memories taught them. That is a major difference. Because when lessons become more important than the past itself, clarity arrives. And clarity is arriving now. The message growing inside them becomes stronger every day. Stronger than pride. Stronger than assumptions. Stronger than expectations. A message built on honesty. A message built on truth. A message built on recognition. And soon, those thoughts become impossible to keep hidden. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because there is one realization they cannot escape. No matter how much time passes. No matter how far life moves forward. No matter how many chapters unfold. They cannot deny the respect they now feel. Respect for the growth. Respect for the journey. Respect for the person your soulmate has become. That respect was never expected. That respect was never planned. That respect arrived naturally through observation and understanding. And now it stands stronger than ever. The atmosphere around this story is changing rapidly. Pieces are connecting. Questions are finding answers. Mysteries are becoming clear. And the voice from the past is getting closer to revealing the statement that changes everything. A statement so unexpected that it could leave many people completely surprised. A statement that carries more meaning than anyone realizes. The moment is approaching. The truth is approaching. The revelation is approaching. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Because in the next part, the hidden words are finally revealed, and the message from your soulmate's ex becomes clearer than ever before. Something huge is waiting for you. The words nobody expected are finally being revealed. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Everything has been leading to this moment. Every realization. Every reflection. Every hidden thought. Every unanswered question. Now the message is becoming clear. The voice from your soulmate's past has finally reached a conclusion they never imagined they would reach. A conclusion built on honesty. A conclusion built on observation. A conclusion built on truth. And the message sounds something like this. I see things differently now. Simple words. Yet incredibly powerful. Because sometimes a single realization can change an entire perspective. And that realization continues to grow. The more they think about your soulmate's journey, the more they recognize something extraordinary. They recognize resilience. They recognize growth. They recognize authenticity. They recognize a person who never stopped moving forward. That recognition is becoming impossible to ignore. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What makes this so surprising is that nobody expected this shift. Nobody expected this level of honesty. Nobody expected these thoughts to emerge. Yet they have. And now another realization follows. A realization even more powerful than the first. The person from the past understands that your soulmate's future is far brighter than they once imagined. They can see the momentum. They can see the transformation. They can see the opportunities appearing. And they know something remarkable is unfolding. That realization carries a special kind of respect. Not the respect that comes from words. The respect that comes from seeing real growth. The respect that comes from seeing someone become stronger with every chapter. The respect that comes from recognizing genuine progress. And that respect continues growing. Moment by moment. Day by day. Memory by memory. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because another truth is beginning to emerge. The person from the past now understands that certain people leave a permanent mark on the heart. Not because they try to. Not because they seek attention. But because their presence teaches lessons that are never forgotten. Your soulmate became one of those unforgettable lessons. And that realization has changed everything. Now, instead of looking backward, they are looking forward. Instead of focusing on what was, they are noticing what is becoming. And what they see fills them with amazement. A future that continues expanding. A future filled with possibilities. A future filled with growth. A future filled with purpose. The more they observe, the more certain they become. Your soulmate is stepping into a powerful new season. A season that many people never saw coming. A season that was quietly being prepared all along. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because here comes the most important realization of all. The message was never really about the past. The message was about recognition. Recognition of growth. Recognition of strength. Recognition of value. Recognition of how far your soulmate has come. That is the unexpected truth hidden inside this story. And now that truth is fully visible. The voice from the past has spoken. The realization has arrived. The lesson has been learned. And the message is clear. Sometimes the greatest surprises come from people who finally see what was there all along. Sometimes the most unexpected words are words of understanding. Sometimes the most powerful revelations arrive quietly. And this is one of those moments. So remember this. The story is still unfolding. The journey is still moving forward. The best chapters have not been written yet. The future remains full of possibilities. And what comes next may be even more surprising than everything that came before. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next chapter of this journey is only beginning.